Long time, the teacher was considered as the knowledge powerhouse.
How do you see AI is transforming education, learning in higher education?
This artificial intelligence field, it is used for various purposes.
With AI adoption comes ethics and responsibility.
But with the emergence of Wikipedia, then the internet became the largest repository.
What suggestion would you give to the educational institutions who are adopting AI, basically, or deploying AI in colleges?
The internet is one of the biggest source to use.
India, a land with its own unique identity and its own set of challenges as well. So, moving forward becomes essential. Sangachadhvam, a word from Rig Veda, means moving together in harmony, reflecting unity in thought, communication, and action. With this spirit, good morning and welcome to Sangachadhvam 2.0, a 2-day management development program on transforming education, empowering institution through AI-driven innovation, organized by Research and Development Cell of Rdias. Today, we have with us Professor Dr. Ramesh Sharma, a globally renowned expert in open and distance education and technology-mediated education. Sir, being former director to Commonwealth Media Centre for Asia, with immense research record, held several academic and research positions across India, Asia, Africa, and America. Thank you, sir, for being with us.
Good morning and my greetings to all associated with Rdias. Thank you for having me today in this program.
So, to start with, you have traveled across countries and worked across different institutions. How do you see AI is transforming education, learning in higher education?
Oh, that's a big difference. I have the opportunity to work in diverse settings. Like in 2007, I taught digital design in the Southern Technology University of Taiwan. Before that, I had taught in a university in Haryana, and I was thinking that in my hall where I was teaching, there were 300 students. It was a very big hall, no mic with me. I was just writing on the board and teaching them. And later on, I realized whether all those students, they were able to hear my voice or not. But when I went to Taiwan, there I saw a professor teaching the students in a big hall. I think more than 700 students were there. And that was a shocking to me to see that the teacher was using a microphone and the voice was coming from the speakers. And I was thinking why he is using microphone. But later on I thought that it is not easy to talk to such a large crowd. So those things are important. That was around 2007-8 that time. After that, when I went abroad, I had the opportunity to teach in Fiji, Brazil, then Malaysia. So there I have found that this artificial intelligence field, it is used for various purposes, and how the teachers, they are using it to make their curriculum delivery, the assessment part, making it as a complementary resource for the students for their queries. It's a wonderful thing to note it. Some of the countries, they are highly advanced. For example, Singapore and Korea. Some of my friends are there. They tell me the internet facilities, they are wonderful there. And therefore, they are better able to provide these services because the internet is one of the biggest source to use. Long time, the teacher was considered as the knowledge powerhouse. But with the emergence of Wikipedia, then the internet became the largest repository, because we all have a limitation of what we know, how broad we can acquire the knowledge of any subject. But on internet, all the resources, they can be easily associated. The AI has changed that field, because means to a common person, if we want to make them understand that what artificial intelligence is, you can say that when we can make a machine to think like a human being, that becomes artificial intelligence. And for a common person, there are three main applications of AI. One is the prediction. So suppose if I give you a sequence, say like if I speak 131, 5, 2003, 17, 19, 87, and if I ask you to repeat this sequence, I'm sure you won't be. In fact, I also won't be able to repeat what I just said, because we have a limitation of retaining that data and then processing it. But with machine, there is no problem. It can consume whole lot of data. And that's why like the IMD, Indian Meteorological Department, railways, airlines, etc., they process huge amount of data. Stock market, on the basis of crunching that data and processing the data, the predictions can be made easier by that. So that is role number one of AI, to tell a common person what AI is. The second one is recommender system. If you place an order on Flipkart, Amazon, something, it shows you that since you were interested in this product, the other people, the other users, they have seen this product, you may be interested in that. Or take the example of Netflix. You watch a movie, then it shows you, since you watch this movie, you may be interested in this. That is the recommender system. It has a huge educational implication. Why? Because what I have seen that when we teach in a classroom, we may not be like either aware of that, or it may not occur to us that these are the related questions which may be important to the students. But if you use an AI tool, you ask it a question, at the end of it will give you some answer, response, solution. At the end of that, then it will give you certain that these are the related issues. If you want, we can discuss those. So that is the power of it. And the third power is, which is hugely being implemented in the daily life of people, is computer vision. Like we see the world from our own eyes, how the machine sees. Take the case of Delhi, the transport department, they have those the cameras on the intersections or the traffic lights there. Now they are AI empowered. If somebody is not wearing the seat belt, talking on the mobile phone while driving, etc., the camera will just take the photograph, scan the high security registration plate, HSRP, which is the new numbering system there, scan it, go into the database, find the owner, generate the challan, and send it via SMS or email, whatever the address is in that. So these are the power of it. They have huge educational implication. So what I found that in the foreign means in those all institutions which we have adopted in India as well, that the lectures or the experimentation or the doing of a teacher, so like some instructor is demonstrating some product, they are recorded, and the AI helps in analyzing that, generating statistics. Like take the example of sports analytics. All these big players, when they play, their play is recorded by the software, and then with the help of AI, it can make a good analysis that how to play in a much better way. And the players who are new to that field, they can learn from those things. So these are some of the unique things which I have observed, that how the ICT or technological tools or artificial intelligence is being used. Another thing which is very unique how the things they are being used is the applications of augmented reality or virtual reality. So they have all together changed the scenario of how the education is delivered to the modern youth, because they learn in a different way, not the students who were 30 years ago or 50 years ago. The new generation, we need to teach them with the newer pedagogies.
So, building on that, with AI adoption comes ethics and responsibility. So, what suggestion would you give to the educational institutions who are adopting AI, or basically, or deploying AI in colleges?
Yes, that's a very serious concern, because when we say artificial intelligence, it means that we are employing the technologies which are the component of AI, that is machine learning and deep learning. And how does the machine learns? Machine learns from the data. We feed the data. Now, where that data comes from? The data comes from either the student records, the curriculum, the syllabus, what we teach, what we do from there. Now, when this data is fed into the machine, then if anything, there is a very famous Murphy laws which says that if anything can go wrong, it will go wrong. We have to be very careful that we need to decide what data needs to be captured, who will capture that data, how long that data will be kept, how that data will be used. There is a tendency among the business houses, they want to capture all kind of data because they want to improve their services. So you go to a website, you go to like a shopping mall, you do your purchases at the billing counter, the billing person asks our mobile number. So you ask, why do you need it? Then you will say that, okay, sir or ma'am, you will get loyalty points. But what we are doing is we are sharing our own personal information with that. And then technology, it can fail. The data can be released. There are so many examples in the world of cyber security where the IRCTC data, Aadhaar card data, there were means news that the data has been linked. McDonald's data, very recently it came into the news that where, because it has so much of personal information of the customers, their name, their addresses, their social security number, like in United States and those things. So if it falls into the wrong hands, it poses a serious threat. And particularly like Aadhaar card, which has our biometrics. Somebody was telling me that normally when we look at the camera and if we say hello, so they say that better do hello either this way or keep your fingers. Why? Very unique that they were saying that even there are good scanners that they can scan your fingerprints and then they can use it to, was those biometric scanners or access to your things. They are the field of those things. So how do we use it? In this case that user consent is much important. And for that, our government very recently, I think it is on 13th of November, the DPDP, the Digital Protection of Our Data, that has been passed. And although the work was going on it for the past 2-3 years, but very recently it has been enacted, which puts the companies responsible for it, that what kind of data you are gathering and how it will be used. Particularly the user consent is very much important. This poses a serious issue with the educational institutions because at the time of admission, we ask a lot of information. All kind of, including our personal details. Like in one university, I found it very interesting that in the admission column, father's name, parents' name, it is common. Everywhere they are asking it because in some of the certifications, the parents' name are required. But I was surprised to see that even they had asked the mobile number of your father, your mother. And I was thinking, why do you need the mobile number of parents? But maybe they want to have all the data which they may or may not use, but it has a tendency. You go to a event, and if somebody is distributing the some booklet material, I have seen that the people, they may not be reading it, but they have that tendency, ek copy mujhe bhi de do, like those things. So, it is a human tendency to gather the things. Just I should have that. And it is since prehistoric, means when we used to have the like stones, cattle, from where we started, from the cave dwellers to the agricultural field. I think that is genetic in nature. So we have this habit of capturing everything. The problem is there that how we make a good use of that? And that brings the issue of responsible AI. In what way the AI should be used for the benefit of humanity, not just the other way that it is benefiting some business houses for their own interests. So that's what I think.
So, finally, I would want to ask you some advice for the academic leaders and the research scholars who are beginning their journey of research in this AI transformation era.
Oh, that's a very important issue to discuss, particularly for research scholars. Not only that, even for the students. Look, AI is our friend. We should not be afraid of it. Like if I give you the example, why we are using AI? Because it is a good assistant to us. It saves our time. It makes our activities to do in a much better way due to our own human limitations. So as a student, if we use it as a study buddy, that we want to learn through it because it has use power, knowledge base, it can speak in any language, it can talk to you on any subject possible. Maybe it is like literature up to the complex subject of oceanography or space exploration, anything you can talk to it. So if you use it using the what we in education we call it as the Socrative method, where it will ask the question to you, you give the answer, and then the software will analyze your answer and will guide you. Now there is a difference here. If you are talking, it is a common feature that as a human, if somebody is asking me questions, okay, one question, two question, three question, I'm keeping my cool. But if the questions goes up to 15, 20, 30, we humans, we start getting irritated. Okay, we lose our patience. We may get angry. Machine doesn't. You keep on asking it 100 questions, it will still, because they have been developed in that way. Although there was long back, there was a news that Google had fired its one of the employee because the employee took the interview of a AI tool, and then the tool admitted that it is sentient. And I think 2 years ago that news became very much prominent, that the machines are getting sentient. Sentient means the machine are having a feeling. So if you are making it angry, the machine get angry. But that's a different situation. Not all tools are there. They have been developed in that way. So similarly for research scholars, these are a very good helping tools. They help you. You can talk to it in like discussing that, okay, I am interested in, for example, organic chemistry. I have a deep interest in proteins because proteins are the building blocks of our body for life. Suggest me in which area I can carry out my research. These things, our supervisors or we as a research scholars, perhaps we may have some challenge, but these AI tools, they can help us in narrowing down to our title. It can help us in making our objectives. The objectives, the good objectives, they should be smart in nature. No, smart not is as an like I am smart, having this coat and shirt and tie. Not that smart. in terms of appearance, but in terms of effectiveness. Like SMART is acronym for specific, it has to be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and T stands for time bound. So any objective for research objectives, they have to be written in that way. It can help us in deciding our methodology depending on the title, which research method would be good. Then the biggest advantage of this is literature review. It can help you in identifying suitable research for your topic, analyzing it. There are so many tools available where you can gather the data, and not only gather the data, because there are simple tools for, you have the survey, you have the questionnaire, online tools are there. But what happens after you have received your data? So analyzing it, making some insights out of that, creating good visualizations. Now is not the days where you simply had that pie chart or bar graph or histograms, etc. Nowadays, the visualizations, they have gone quite interactive in nature. Depending on the data as it comes, the visualizations keeps on dynamic in nature. So these things, they are so useful. And ultimately, why do we carry out a research? We are trying to find out the solution of a problem, new solution of a problem, or a new way to do that. In that case, if you have carried out a research, we need to promote that findings. These things, these social media platforms, they help us in making our work known to many people. There lies the benefit of using these technologies.
Thank you, sir. That was indeed insightful. And thank you for sparing your time and being part of Sangachadhvam at Rdias. And stay tuned for more updates. Thank you.